Welcome to Certification Terminal. In this series of video, we are going to discuss a couple of ITIL question and answers. Let's dive in. What is the appropriate procedure for documenting and managing the risk of a major incident recurring after its closure? Option A, as a service request. Option B, as an event. Option C, as a problem. Option D, as a change request. The correct answer is Option C, as a problem. Problems are the underlying causes of incidents, and documenting and managing the risk of a major incident recurring falls under problem management processes. By documenting the risk as a problem, IT teams can conduct root cause analysis, identify preventive measures, and mitigate the risk of recurrence to ensure ongoing service stability and reliability. Option A, as a service request, is incorrect. Service requests typically involve users requesting assistance or making a request for a service, such as installing software or resetting a password. Documenting and managing the risk of a major incident recurring does not fit within the scope of a service request, as it pertains more to risk management and incident resolution. Option B, as an event, is incorrect. Events are typically recorded occurrences that may or may not have significance to the management of an IT service. While the risk of a major incident recurring could be considered an event, it is more accurately categorized as a problem, which is specifically defined as the underlying cause of one or more incidents. Option D, as a change request, is incorrect. While changes may be a part of managing the risk, documenting it primarily as a change request is not the most appropriate procedure. Therefore, Option C, as a problem, is correct. Next question. What is the term used for a change that has been pre-approved? Option A, an ordinary change. Option B, a normal change. Option C, a retrospective change. Option D, a standard change. The correct answer is Option D, a standard change. A standard change is a predefined, pre-approved change that follows established procedures and does not require a formal change approval process. These changes are routine, low risk, and frequently occurring, making them suitable for pre-approval to expedite implementation. Option A, an ordinary change, is incorrect. This term does not specifically denote pre-approval. Ordinary changes typically refer to routine changes that follow standard procedures, but may or may not require pre-approval. Option B, a normal change, is incorrect. Similar to Option A, normal change does not inherently imply pre-approval. Normal changes refer to routine alterations to IT services or infrastructure, but pre-approval is not necessarily implied. Option C, a retrospective change, is incorrect. This term refers to a change that is made after the fact or in response to an incident, problem, or event. It does not imply pre-approval. Instead, it suggests that the change occurs in hindsight or as a reaction to a past occurrence. Therefore, Option D, a standard change, is correct. Next question. Which type of change is primarily addressed through service request management? Option A, an emergency change. Option B, an application change. Option C, a standard change. Option D, a normal change. The correct answer is Option C, a standard change. Service Request Management, SRM, is typically used for handling routine, pre-approved changes that have a low risk and minimal impact. Standard changes often follow established procedures and require minimal review or approval. Option A, an emergency change, is incorrect. Emergency changes are usually unplanned and require immediate action to address a critical issue. They often bypass the standard SRM process due to urgency and may involve more senior personnel for approval. Option B, an application change, is incorrect. While SRM can be used for some application changes, it's usually limited to low-risk modifications. For significant application changes, a more comprehensive change management process is likely employed, involving risk assessments and thorough testing. Option D, a normal change, is incorrect. Normal change isn't a clearly defined term in IT change management. It's likely interchangeable with standard change, but using the established term, standard change, provides more clarity. Therefore, Option C, a standard change, is correct. Next question. When is it appropriate to assess the effectiveness of a workaround for a problem? Option A, whenever the workaround is used. Option B, whenever the problem is prioritized. Option C, whenever the problem is resolved. Option D, whenever the workaround becomes a known error. The correct answer is Option A, whenever the workaround is used. Regularly assessing a workaround's effectiveness is crucial. This allows you to identify if it's still resolving the problem efficiently and hasn't introduced new issues. Option B, whenever the problem is prioritized, is incorrect. Prioritization might influence whether a permanent fix is pursued sooner. However, even for high-priority problems, a workaround's effectiveness needs to be monitored, regardless of priority. Option C, whenever the problem is resolved, is incorrect. While resolving the root cause is ideal, it can take time. A workaround's effectiveness should be assessed even before a permanent fix is in place. Option D, whenever the workaround becomes a known error, is incorrect. If the workaround itself introduces problems, it's a critical issue requiring immediate attention. However, a workaround can be effective even if it's not a perfect solution. Regular assessment helps identify such situations. Next question. Which process focuses on measuring metrics that mirror the customer's satisfaction with the service? Option A, service desk. Option B, service level management. Option C, problem management. Option D, continual improvement. The correct answer is Option B, service level management. Service level management is responsible for defining, negotiating, and monitoring service level agreements, SLAs, with customers. It ensures that services meet agreed upon levels of quality and performance, which directly impacts customer satisfaction. Service level management focuses on measuring metrics that reflect the customer's satisfaction with the service, such as service availability, responsiveness, and reliability. Option A, service desk, is incorrect. The service desk is primarily responsible for providing a single point of contact for users to report incidents, request services, and seek assistance. While customer satisfaction is important for the service desk, its primary focus is on incident and service request management, rather than measuring overall customer satisfaction with the service. Option C, problem management, is incorrect. Problem management is concerned with identifying and resolving the root causes of recurring incidents to prevent future occurrences. Option D, continual improvement, is incorrect. Continual improvement, often associated with the ITIL framework CSI, continual service improvement practice, focuses on identifying and implementing improvements to services, processes, and systems. Therefore, Option B, service level management, is correct. Next question. How would you define a standard change? Option A, a high-risk change that needs very thorough assessment. Option B, a change that needs to be scheduled, assessed, and authorized following a defined process. Option C, a change that must be implemented as soon as possible. Option D, a change that is typically implemented as a service request. The correct answer is Option D, a change that is typically implemented as a service request. Implementing changes as service requests allows organizations to streamline the fulfillment of routine and low-impact changes, improve user satisfaction by providing a standardized process for requesting services, and free up resources by automating the handling of repetitive tasks. However, it's important to ensure that proper controls and oversight are in place to manage these changes effectively and prevent any adverse impacts on IT services and infrastructure. A high-risk change that needs very thorough assessment, probably risk management or something, but maybe falls under normal change. A change that needs to be scheduled, assessed, and authorized following a defined process is a normal change. A change that must be implemented as soon as possible is called as emergency change. Next question. How does the guiding principle, focus on value, advise approaching tasks? Option A, make focus on value a responsibility of the management. Option B, focus on the value of new and significant projects first. Option C, Focus on value for the service provider first. Option D. Focus on value at every step of the improvement. The correct answer is Option D. Focus on value at every step of the improvement. The guiding principle, focus on value, advises approaching tasks by prioritizing value at every stage of improvement initiatives. This means consistently evaluating the value delivered or potential value created at each step of a process, project, or service improvement effort. By emphasizing value throughout the improvement journey, organizations can ensure that resources are allocated effectively, outcomes align with strategic objectives, and stakeholders' needs are met. Option A, make focus on value a responsibility of the management, is incorrect. While management plays a crucial role in fostering a culture of value focus within an organization, this option does not directly address how the guiding principle advises approaching tasks. Option B, focus on the value of new and significant projects first, is incorrect. This option suggests prioritizing the value of new and significant projects over other tasks. While this may be important in certain contexts, it does not capture the comprehensive approach advocated by the guiding principle. Option C, focus on value for the service provider first, is incorrect. This option prioritizes value for the service provider, rather than considering value from the perspective of all stakeholders, including customers and users. Therefore, Option D, focus on value at every step of the improvement, is correct. Next question. Who authorizes the expenses associated with services? Option A, user. Option B, change authority. Option C, customer. Option D, sponsor. The correct answer is Option D, sponsor. The sponsor is typically responsible for providing financial backing and authorization for the expenses associated with services. Sponsors play a key role in funding service initiatives, ensuring that they align with organizational objectives and approving budget allocations for service-related costs. As such, they have the authority to authorize expenses and allocate resources for service delivery. Option A, user, is incorrect. While users may request services and provide input on their requirements, they typically do not have the authority to authorize expenses associated with services. Users are more involved in utilizing the services rather than approving their costs. Option B, change authority, is incorrect. The change authority is responsible for approving changes to services or service-related components. While changes may impact expenses, the change authority's primary role is not specifically to authorize service expenses. Option C, customer, is incorrect. While customers may influence service requirements and priorities, their role primarily revolves around receiving and consuming services, rather than directly authorizing expenses. Customers may provide feedback and input on the value and suitability of services, but they are not typically responsible for financial approvals. Therefore, Option D, sponsor, is correct. Next question. What is the main purpose of a change schedule? Option A, to manage standard changes. Option B, to plan changes and help avoid conflicts. Option C, to manage emergency changes. Option D, to support the incident management practice and improvement planning. The correct answer is Option B, to plan changes and help avoid conflicts. The main purpose of a change schedule is to plan and coordinate changes effectively within an organization. By scheduling changes in advance, organizations can ensure that resources are available, dependencies are managed, and potential conflicts with other changes or activities are avoided. A change schedule helps maintain visibility and transparency regarding upcoming changes, facilitating better communication and decision-making. Therefore, Option B best reflects the main purpose of a change schedule. Next question. Which of the following tasks is not commonly performed by service-level management? Option A, setting and maintaining service performance metrics. Option B, monitoring and reporting service performance against SLAs. Option C, ensuring that all service management practices are supported by measurable and achievable targets. Option D, managing the financial aspects of the service. The correct answer is Option D, managing the financial aspects of the service. This task is typically not performed by service level management. While service level management is responsible for defining and maintaining SLAs and monitoring service performance, managing the financial aspects of the service, such as budgeting, cost analysis, and financial planning, is usually handled by financial management or financial planning teams within the organization. Service level management focuses more on the operational aspects of service delivery rather than financial management. Therefore, option D is the correct choice. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if these questions add value to your preparation. We'll meet in the next video. Take care until then.